And here we go. Game number 4, PartinG versus Jim. Protoss versus Protoss. China versus Korea. And the match rather, still on the line for Jim. Loses this one and he takes 4th. PartinG takes 3rd.
Yeah.
And we'll see what the builds will be.
This is, I mean, you know, I actually was misinformed and thought it was a best of 3, so I thought Jim was out, right? And then he won the next game, and if he can win this one, he has that momentum going for him. He could actually take the series, which would be a shock to a lot of people, a huge upset.
Well, Jim looked like he was out after that second game, too. I mean, just his face, he looked very despondent. He looked very kind of just done, you know?
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, 3-gate, whatever. And it was a great choice. It was a great choice against the Stargate opening that PartinG did. PartinG just didn't have enough units to defend it, plain and simple.
Yeah, PartinG played a greedy build that was reliant upon his opponent going for tech instead of aggression.
Yeah.
He didn't have a sentry. If you have a sentry at the top of your ramp when that attack comes, you can buy enough time to get that Void Ray out a little bit faster and get, you know, that the 3rd gateway for PartinG finishes. He just has more units.
Yep.
But he skipped that because he wanted to get the Oracle out as fast as possible and save that gas. So definitely a nice punish by Jim. I like his choice to do that. He's kind of seen how PartinG has played and he's learned from it. And I wonder if PartinG will just go Stargate again. He seems to be really liking that.
Oh, you know, maybe. I'd be a little bit worried about running into the same thing on this map that he did before, but you can defend it. Like, you know, like we said, it was close, so PartinG, you know, I could see him saying, well, yeah, I didn't quite handle it last game, but I can do it this time. I could also see him saying, you know what, I'm just going to go for Blink. I'm just going to go for something aggressive that's, you know, just strong and solid. Yeah. We'll see. A lot of different options in PvP right now. I mean, this matchup has improved so much over the last, like, year and a half. I mean, if we go way back, all the way back to beta,
yeah, that's
you remember the 4-gate versus 4-gate days.
Yeah, I remember those days.
Those were dark days.
Those were rough times indeed, especially on some of the maps we had in the pool where you could, like, 4-gate over the side of a cliff. Like,
or, like, what was it? There was some map where you could, like, go from main to main or something like that, too, early on. It's ridiculous. Metalopolis was just a nightmare.
Yeah.
Everyone just hiding pylons in each other's bases. Oh, the good old days.
Those those were some fun times.
Remember back on Scrap Station.
Metalopolis, Lost Temple.
Lost Temple. Yeah, the original Lost Temple. Not Shattered Temple.
Yeah, not Shattered Temple, Lost
Temple, yep.
Siege tanks on the high ground.
Oh, dude. Well, Kulas Ravine, I don't know.
Well, don't mention that name.
Oh, dude. Well, I haven't even brought up Desert Oasis yet.
Oh,
that is the best map of all time. The best map of all time. I have no shame in saying that. And PartinG has no shame in going Stargate. He's going to do it again.
Yeah, he's just doing it every single game. It's a build he's decided is safe. And we'll see if he plays a little bit safer this time. Actually, it's going to be Stargate versus Stargate, which is usually like a test of micro.
Yeah.
How can you micro at home and then micro your own Oracle? Just like in TVT when both players go Banshees from time to time. So.
Yep. And the question is, you know, what's going to come out of these Stargates if one of them goes Oracle? The thing is I feel like Jim's probably going to go Phoenixes because he's assuming that PartinG is going to go Oracles. And if you go Phoenixes against Oracles, you're going to have a nice edge early on.
You can get a builder win out of that sometimes.
Yeah, I bet we're going to see Oracle from PartinG and Phoenix from Jim.
Well, Jim's also going to see this with his Mothership Core. Something that PartinG is not going to do. And it's again because PartinG is playing that greedier, faster Oracle build.
Yeah. Oh, wow. He's actually going to go Oracle. Huh. All right.
He didn't see, you know.
I guess so.
Had he been able to get in there with his Mothership Core, though, and see it, he would have been such a great spot because PartinG didn't make a Mothership Core. He didn't actually spend that gas.
Well, that would have been a sick blind counter from Jim if he would have just gone Phoenixes. But yeah, then again, if your opponent's, you know, not going Stargate and you just go Phoenixes, sometimes you can end up in a lot of trouble too. So it will be Oracle versus Oracle. Now that he knows, all right, the second Oracle, all right, Jim going a little bit harder into this Stargate than PartinG is.
Yeah, he still hasn't seen the Oracle as opponent. They're both going to fly by each other now, though.
PartinG can expand. Okay, yeah, he's going to throw down that Nexus. And will he be able to handle these Oracles?
Who's
going to do more damage?
2 Stalkers not enough to deny the damage, but still, he should be able to get 5, 6 kills here. He's actually just
8. Look at that. A lot of kills gotten by PartinG. Now, what's Jim going to get? None yet.
No, he didn't target very well.
No, he didn't. Oh, man, Jim really did not micro well.
No, he did not.
And look at that, 9-1. A huge win for PartinG with those early Oracles. Now, there is a second one coming in from Jim, though.
the reason why PartinG was able to get so many kills is because he didn't have the intention of saving the Oracle.
Yeah.
Which is smart because he saw the Stargate, so he knows, okay, Phoenix is going to kill it instantly, so there's no reason to save it. I'm just going to trade as much as I can. And Jim didn't do that. He tried to save it and then only got 1 kill. And now it's dead anyways, so it was.
Now where's that second Oracle?
I don't know actually. Is it
what I'm
over on the
wondering.
right
I think-
side of the map?
Yeah, could be. I think that might be a pylon too. I thought he made a second Oracle, but maybe
may
he
have
canceled it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's got 2 Phoenixes, so he probably did cancel it. All right.
There's the third one coming out. So it's going to be Phoenix versus Phoenix, but a much better probe count for PartinG.
Yep. For now, yeah.
And the Nexus was canceled.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, the thing is if your opponent just switches to Phoenixes and stays on one base like that, it's really hard to hold the Nexus.
Yeah.
So PartinG, I'm making the right decision too. I mean, he's going to have to stay on one base for a while.
Yeah, both of them are sticking with that. The pylon to the top right is spotted, so PartinG can go and kill that later if he feels confident. And Jim is actually brave enough to move across the map first. Oh, this is actually such a funny situation in PvP with both players go Phoenixes. We may eventually see that fleet beacon if the game goes long into the range upgrade and anything else you can imagine for Phoenix versus Phoenix. And he can actually save this pylon.
Yeah. And he does save it. PartinG adding on another gateway right now. And so we've got even Phoenix counts. I want to see the unit tab right now. See the Stalker counts, but it looks like Jim with a few more just because PartinG went for a couple Zelts and a Sentry as well. But there's a warp in from Jim. So pretty even armies. In fact, a little bit of a lead for PartinG because of the worker count. PartinG is going to have a little bit more sustain in this fight than Jim will. But again, it all comes down to micro. If PartinG micros poorly, then Jim's going to get a big, big edge. PartinG looking for an angle on that mothership core. Hasn't quite found it yet, though.
No, not yet. One
Ooh,
Zealot
this is
runs
gonna
into
be
the
annoying.
main. And that is very annoying. We'll see how much damage Jim actually takes here. Just warps on 1 Zealot, but he will lose several probes during this.
Yep.
And he could have used this as an engagement point if he just wanted to run up the ramp while his opponent wasn't looking, maybe. But he's not doing that. He's just sitting back.
Wow, 14 workers to 4 killed for PartinG. He's still up a bit in probes, and Jim has not been able to attack just yet.
Always got to be careful with those 2 Stalkers.
Yeah.
I feel like if Jim is going to do this, he needs to also take a Nexus. If he's just going to sit here, then PartinG's always going to have the defender's advantage, and he has the better probe.
PartinG's camping out. I think PartinG may have actually thrown down a pylon at Jim's natural. I'm looking at the mini-map right now, and I
Zealots
think he
are
has.
running in again.
Yeah. And that's good. That prevents Jim from taking that Nexus as well. And Jim may actually have to go home. He is, and here comes PartinG now. The Phoenixes are gone. Oh, they have to turn around. Jim leaving for a moment.
So
but
many
meanwhile,
probes being
he has
killed
to
in the game.
recall. Wow. PartinG defending that really, really well. Those Zealots being so annoying.
I mean, he's just outplaying him so well right now.
Yeah.
And PartinG is he did the exact same thing that happened last time he was in the situation where Jim contained him. He actually just warped in Zealots around, and there was nothing at home, and he killed so many workers.
Yep.
Now, he's
now he can
massively
expand.
ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he can expand. He's up 6 probes. And just one pylon at the natural, which also blocked the Nexus for Jim.
Yep.
But it changes the game.
Pretty much. And the nice thing is that PartinG has good map control now, too. So he's going to be able to keep some of his more forward pylons alive, whereas Jim, losing all of his.
Yeah.
That's an odd place to keep your army. You probably want to move those back to your base.
I don't know what he's thinking there. He sees it on the main map. He thinks he put his own pylon over there.
Crouching, PartinG, hidden army.
He's got to make sure his army is all together if Jim decides to move out and beat Jim, because that's what Jim does.
Jim may be jimming his way up to the top of the map here soon.
If Jim just takes a Nexus
just yet.
here, like,
I think he's going to expand, though. Oh, maybe not.
I don't think he can. I think he's actually also having the same conflict right now in his mind, like trying to decide if he wants to expand, because he knows if he does, he's going to be a little bit behind.
Well, PartinG can feel the conflict within him.
Yeah.
That's right. He wants Jim to release his hate, because PartinG can counter that.
Yeah, Jim.
PartinG, really, I mean, this is Jedi versus Sith here. PartinG with the tranquility of the Jedi, and Jim's got the aggression and the passion of the Sith, I think.
Well,
I can't. This is too early in the morning for me to cast, man. I'm like.
Well, PartinG is actually losing a few Phoenixes here. All
Yep.
about the micro right now. The Phoenixes become less significant though once the ground armies really start clashing.
Yep. I like PartinG in this fight here. We'll see. There's the time warp preventing those Zelts from getting in. PartinG backing off with the Phoenixes for just a moment. And I think Jim's just overwhelmed here.
Jim's
way too many Zealots.
Not the best micro from Jim either. Way too many Zealots. And that is going to be GG.
GG.
And there's the 3-1
PartinG